Yo, what up? What's poppin'? Back at it again with another video for y'all. Just want to chat with y'all, spread some information with y'all, spread some knowledge with y'all. I want to talk with y'all about something very important. This is another very important topic, and what I want to discuss with y'all about is the black community. In the black community, my fellow brothers, my fellow sisters, in the black community, we have to get better when it comes down to coming together as a whole. Like, especially in the hip hop culture, like my fellow rappers, my fellow musicians, instead of beefing with each other, instead of killing each other, let's squash beefs, let's squash the beefs, let's make amends, let's forgive each other. You know what I mean? Don't live your whole life having all of that anger inside of you. Now, I mean, at the same time, like, you can forgive a rapper that you have beef with, but it doesn't necessarily mean that y'all gotta be friends. But still, let's squash beefs, let's end feuds. Let's come together as a whole, because there's a lot of negativity that goes on in the black community. Like, in the black community, like, you have a lot of families that are just like really broken. Like, a lot of families in the black community don't really stick together. See, in the Mexican community, like, Mexicans, when it comes down to family, they stick together. But you see, here in the black community, there's a lot of families that don't really stick together. Now, I'm not saying that it's all black families, but it is like a decent amount of black families in the black community that don't really stick together. And, it's like, when it comes down to black families, there's a lot of problems. Like, like, you talk down to one another, you say mean and hurtful things, you belittle one another, you don't really like have faith in each other. You know what I mean? In the black community, we have to do better as a whole. Like, if we want to be bosses, if we want to be millionaires, if we want to be billionaires, we can become billionaires. We can become billionaires. We can have more rich and successful black billionaires. You know what I mean? We just have to come together as a whole, instead of beefing with each other, and instead of killing each other. Because, I mean, in the white community, they come together as a whole, but in the black community, we don't. In the black community, when somebody is starting up a business or becoming an entrepreneur, becoming rich off of their business that they started, the sad thing about it is that when they go to their hometown, they always have to deal with jealousy. They always got to deal with somebody saying negative and hateful things towards them. It's like, pretty much like, when they become rich and successful, when they get out of the hood, they got to stay out of the hood, because when they go back to the hood, there's just a bunch of negativity. There's a bunch of negativity and a bunch of haters that are just jealous of your success. All of us have 24 hours to get the stuff done that we need to get done. With me, I'm not wasting 24 hours. I'm doing what I need to do to get rich and successful, and I want y'all to do the same thing. It's 2021. It's time for us to follow our dreams. It's time for us to do whatever it is that we want to do with our life. We have what it takes. We have the power. No one else has control over our life except for God and us. Our parents don't have control over our life. Our grandparents don't have control over our life. Nobody. We have the power to do whatever it is that we want to do. And I know some of y'all may be in a situation where you don't have the money to do whatever it is that you want to do. Get some money. I mean, if you're in a situation where you may have to, like, work a job for a little bit to get some money, so be it. But don't get lost in the sauce. Don't get lost in the sauce thinking that you got to do that forever. Get some money. And there's also a bunch of legal hustles. You got the cryptocurrency. Get some money. Follow that dream. Start that business. Getting fired from a job is not always a bad thing. Getting fired from a job can be a blessing, so you can do your own stuff, so you can start up a business and be a boss of your own. You have what it takes. You gotta believe in yourself. You know what I mean? But yeah, In the black community, we have to do better. We have to come together as a whole. Instead of belittling each other, let's help each other out. Let's build each other up. Especially in the black families. Let's build each other up instead of belittling each other. Let's help each other out. Let's stick together. Because there's just a lot of stuff that's going on in the black community. We gotta do better as a whole. Let's come together. Don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on my channel, comment, share. Love y'all.